Okay. I the one that you.
Yeah, that's mine.
Let's see. Alright.
No. I mean,
That's fine.
I don't know the
No, excuse me.
That is a sandwich right there.
Yeah, that's my food for the day. I haven't eaten that today.
Family's my fan. Yeah.
Are you sure? No, what's the problem?
I can half see mine, but I like to keep it for keeping my cards on. I'll lose track.
Are we ready?
Yeah. I'm ready when y'all are.
Let's go.
All right, good luck.
Hello and welcome to the final match of the Tarkir Final Fantasy season of Team Draft LA.
Don't say it out loud.
Let's get into it. Pack one, pick one. We see Magitech Armor, which is quite strong, Valkyrie Aerial Unit, and Vanille Rare. The Water Crystal is basically unplayable. These three up at the front are the only ones that I would really consider first picking. And of them, I think Vanille is the most flexible, strongest, just a nice little bit of value that power self-mill strategies. Not the strongest thing ever, of course, but and we can see a Sephiroth and Eject being picked to our right, so we're going to keep that in mind going forward, that we cannot expect to see much good black coming our way. Having said that, we do see a Vane's Treachery, which is a very nice removal spell, as well as cornered by black mages. Of those two, obviously, Vane's Treachery is the more splashable and better on the splash. In addition to that, cornered by black mages should have the option to be fired off on turn 3 to just take out the opponent's early gameplay. So yeah, and we see Garland taken on our right there as well. So yeah, we're just not going to be expecting to get into black at all here, but Vane's Treachery is still something that I'm going to be okay splashing. Pick 3, I think just the strongest card here is probably Renoa Heartily. Yeah, not much else to speak of there, to be honest. Next up, Combat Tutorial I like quite a bit. Another Magitech Armor, which is solid. Balam 2 Rexor, which is solid as well. Again, just this early in the packs, I'm mostly going on what I think to be the most raw, the highest raw power level on a card. And I think Combat Tutorial edges out these other two semi-replaceable cards, Combat Tutorial has just been a really, really nice player, and I really like playing blue in this format as well. So I'm going to try and get into it here, but we'll see what happens. Rook Turret, Ride the Shoe Puff is okay. Again, not much else to speak of. These packs have been relatively weak, apart from the Sephiroth and Jax and all that stuff that we see our opponents picking up. Here we see Travel the Overworld. Zac Fair and Marlborough are also pretty strong. There's also this Green-White Town, which would help me cast Renoa, of course. So I think, excuse me, I think I wouldn't normally do this, but in a team draft setting, having a draw 4 can be, pretty game warping. If it were just, best of one arena or whatever, I would probably just take the town. But Travel the Overworld has a much, higher potential, high impact kind of card. So I'm just gonna pick it up here and having done that, we have blue cards and a white card that I want to play. We want to care about towns, so the Azorius town is going to edge out the Sentinel, the 1/4, which would be totally fine here. I do like the Sentinel in decks with combat tutorial specifically. Decks that want to ramp as well. It's kind of perfect there, but hard to pass up the first town. And once again, a really nice town here over a second Sentinel. Vane's Treachery is another one that I would like to potentially splash for. Retrieve the Esper is not a bad wheel here as well, so I feel like I'm in a good spot with the
Not like we're reading a bunch
Simic Town strategy. And speaking of, here's another town. It's not, I am more averse than most to playing colorless lands in basically any of my decks. But since I am for example, I'm not going to take this Adventures in here, not even going to consider it. But the upside on Eden makes it potentially worth the downside of being a colorless land. And pick 12 here, we get another really nice town, so I feel like I'm in a really good spot here and sort of found my niche. Here I'm just going to take the item shop keep. I think it's just clearly the more powerful of those two red cards. And last pick Coral, which is kind of nothing. Yeah, taking a look here, I am in a great spot to play all of my best cards and potentially just about any other powerful cards that I might see in future packs. So feeling pretty good. Obviously, a little light, my having to take those towns means my curve isn't very filled out. I'm light on interaction, just got the Vane's Treachery, so definitely missing some pieces here, but good start. Pack 2, pick 1, we see a Thunder Magic, Combat Tutorial, another Village, which would be nice, Kuja, which is basically nothing. Just giving it another quick read here to make sure I don't want it. The Samurai's Katana is quite powerful. But red is the sort of the one color that I'm not so far. And I don't have any red towns yet. So while these two red cards are the more powerful option, I still think Combat Tutorial is just a very good card that slots into my game plan more easily. So I'm going to go ahead and take it. It's also impossible to, we saw Trevor to my right take Garnet, but it would be impossible to pick both red cards there. So pack 2, pick 2, we see a Suplex, a Realm Sketching, which I think is solid. Not something that I'm hoping to take pick 2. Again, Suplex would be fine, but it's just the one color that I'm not set up to play. White Orsite, also notable there, of course. But the double white on it is going to be very restrictive as well. So while there are plenty of powerful cards here, I think I'm just going to opt to take the town and then just play whichever one of these solid cards happens to wheel. I guess I do consider taking the Orsite for quite a while here. And maybe just getting into green white there, but that seems tough to do after I'm already pretty deep down this multicolored towns path. So pick 3, we see a cane, another suplex, but pretty easy Dragoon's Wyvern here. Just another really strong blue card, and upping my creature count feels good. Lot Coal is pretty nice. There's another one of these multicolored towns. Poo Poo UFO would also not be a might also be played in a rampy towns deck, but again, I'm hoping not to take it. Pick 4. I think I opt to go. There's a Gaelic Cat here as well, which is another white signal. I opt to go with the Gishel Greens. I just feel that, I skipped taking those 2 Sentinels in pack 1, so I really need to take a 2-drop that's going to attack and block a little more meaningfully, especially with double combat tutorial. Similar thinking here with Sage's New Liths over basically nothing. A couple Shinra's reinforcements, which are not for me. Pick 6, we see another Kuja. Precious Wanderings, Blitzball Shot, Tivus, a couple more white cards. The blue-white deck seems to be relatively open in this direction. Precious Wanderings is a nice way to essentially add towns to my deck without actually taking a tap land. Precious Wanderings and Combat Tutorial both ask that I play a creature on turn 2, so that's definitely going to be something that I keep in mind going forward. Any blue and green 2-drops are going to be pretty premium pickups from now on. Pick 8, we see the Kikirin Merchant, and not much else to speak of. Kikirin is going to be pretty good for me, though. It's another nice thing to put, it doesn't curve out quite as nicely with the combat tutorials and Precious Wanderings, but it's still a nice thing to put counters on, too. Pick 9, we see some unplayable blue cards. Just taking up Carpet of Flowers for the sideboard here. Pick 10, we see a world map, which might make it in there. I'm mostly only happy to play world map if I pick up Balam Gardens, but in a pinch, it could do the fixing trick. And winding down pack 2 here with a bunch of stuff that's just not really for me, unfortunately. Elixir, but of course I'm not on the self-mill strategy. I think Vanilla is the only main deck card that mills anything for me, so that's definitely not the main game plan anyway. Pack 3, we see another Thunder Magic, an Eject, which I like quite a lot, Emperor and Tella in the same pack here, and Stuck in Summer Sanctum. So this is a huge bummer, but I do think that the Stuck in Summer Sanctum is still the pick here. It's really unfortunate. It's obviously not even close to the best card in the pack, but we are coming to the end of the draft here, and I have next to no permanent creature interaction. I got all the card draw in the world to help me find it, so it's not like I need a ton more interaction. And I do like eject quite a bit more than stuck in general, but again, it's just in this kind of deck I don't want I'm going to need permanent removal instead of temporary, I think. So at least the first copy of stuck is going to be taken higher than eject, and just shipping those really nice is it cards right along. Pick 2, we see a Shantoto as well. Yeah, as you can see, or as you will see, the is it player at the table gets seriously hooked up here in pack 3. Fat Chocobo is solid, but yeah, I think with all this card draw ramp kind of stuff, this deck really needs a Sin to close things out more consistently. Laboratory Maniac with all this card draw is not totally out of the question, but it's also not something that I'm going to take. Pick 3. It's really a choice between Choco here, Precious Wanderings number 2, Kikirin Merchant number 2. Just going to go ahead and take Choco. It's another game warping threat that needs to be dealt with, upping my count of those to 2. Ignis Scientia, I'm really excited to see here. Love that card a lot, but I'm even more excited to see the Chocobo kick. Feeling a little bit more comfortable about my interaction suite, and just really bummed that I have to pass Ignis there. My teammate ends up having it though, so. So not a huge loss. Pick 5. Another Gishel Greens, Syncopate, and Magic Damper. I might consider playing, but Gishel Greens is pretty much exactly what I need in this deck. A 2-mana play with a little bit of late game application. Town Greeter, again, is just perfect for me. Easy snap Town Greeter over the second channel, or second travel the overworld. I think we saw Trevor get second Garnet there in the last pick, so I'm pretty sure about where he's ending up. The Tella is gone from my opening pack here. The Emperor of Palmesia remains, though. Again, I just never saw a great opportunity to take any of these red cards. And I'm pretty happy to run a Blitzball shot in most green decks, even ones that are slower and rampier. The trample is the important part here, just making it so that my opponent can't necessarily just chump block me forever. Also just giving them something to think about, whether or not I might have it at any given time. Birdie's Return would be okay in this deck as well, but I really am just trying to fill out the 2-drop slot on my curve, so Scorpion Sentinel seems just fine. Pick 9. Yeah, I think after picking up all these 2-drops, second Precious Wanderings, and the Sin, of course, second Precious Wanderings makes sense here, I think. Not ideal, obviously, but certainly team draft playable. It's another Eden. I don't mind upping my town count, but I think at this point I'd rather play a tapped forest than a second copy of Eden, so I'm just going to take that. A bunch of unplayable garbage here. I'm just going to pass both of the white cards along. Maybe a teammates in white. And gets one of them. Here I just take what seems to be more playable of those 2 cards. The Haste Magic. Pretty late Warrior Sword here. I'm pretty surprised to see that. So yeah, it's tough to make a really solid, cohesive Towns deck in a 6-person team pod.
We can
We
move.
can move as long as there's somewhere for us to go. There should be an open table somewhere like way down the other end. No, I don't mean like this. There should be.
If you could just get as far away from us as possible.
But I think we ended up with a pretty solid one here. Little high on the curve, little low on interaction, but can win some games for sure. Here's Alex's really nice looking Sephiroth double salvagers deck. We all have copies of Relentless X ATM in our decks, all 3 of us. And here's Mike with another version of the green blue ramp deck. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think.
Alrighty, guys, got 1 minute to submit those answers. 1 minute.